Welcome to this week's Transformers review, where today we are looking at Inferno from the Predacons. And before we get to our Predacon, we're going to do our shout outs of the week, starting with 48 South Loudon Street, which is the home of Back to the Media, which is where you can get all your video game needs from the Atari all the way up to current systems, Game Freeze console. You got gaming mags, comics, CDs, DVDs, and more there. So definitely give them a shout out. And if you need to get your PC, your console, your computer, your laptop fixed, or find other odds and ends that you can't find it Back to the Media, you can go to Play It Again Games over on Middle Road, right behind the sheets here in Winchester. So definitely check them out. But if you're looking for toys and collectibles, you can go to 115 South Loudon Street, which is the home of Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles. And I actually got this guy, Inferno, from Time Travelers. So definitely check him out, because there you can get all your He-Man, Transformers, G.I. Joe, and stuff that you're looking for there. And if you're looking for skill building games and toys for your toddler to get them ready for preschool or kindergarten or anything, like that. So definitely you can check out Thinker Toys at 106 South Loudon Street here in lovely Winchester, Virginia. So definitely check them out. And if you're looking for comic books, you can go to 80 Weems Lane, which is the home of Four Color Fantasies here in Winchester, and get all your comic books from Image and IDW and Marvel and all points in between. You can get back issues and current issues, new releases, so definitely check them out. But if you're looking for other stuff, such as or looking for stuff in the Salisbury, North Carolina area, you can check out Comic Monsters. And sorry for that, I had a delay in that. But you check out Comic Monsters. They're a good store if you're in the Salisbury, North Carolina area. So definitely check them out. And if you're looking for other stuff like that, you can go over to if you're looking for some good Jamaican food and you're in the Winchester area, you can stop at Tropical Islands at 3039 Piccadilly Street, right across from the Henley Library. So definitely check them out. And if you're looking for other stuff that you need to have for like having your yard done, you can get a hold of Stoneburger's Tree Service, or you can get a hold of Mixed Tree Service and get all your tree work done and yard work done. So definitely give them a shout. If you're looking for a good bank to go to, you could go to United Bank or Bank of Clark if you're here in Winchester. So definitely check them out. And if you're looking for insurance, such as homeowners insurance, renters insurance, car insurance, you could go over to State Farm or Farmers and get all your insurance needs met. And if you're looking for gas for your newly insured car, and so on and so forth, you can go to Sheets, or you can go to Handy Mart and get all your gas and stuff and get all that stuff done. So definitely get that out. And they also have made to order food, so you can get your belly full as well as you get your gas full. So definitely check them out. And being that Cobra Island is a proud supporter of mental health awareness, you could go to over to Robert C. Brown's office at Healing Grace Counseling at 33 West Boscawen Street and give him a look. And if Rob's not what you're looking for and you're in Winchester, there's plenty of other offices you could go to. Or if you're not in the Winchester area or you're looking for something outside of Winchester, you could go to the National Counseling Group or go to your local therapist office. There's nothing wrong with therapy. There's nothing wrong with counseling. You know, anything to improve yourself, let's go. Ryan is all for it. Excuse me, sorry. But, if you need psychiatry, you can go over to Northwestern's Community Services and check them out. You get all kinds of counseling there and psychiatry and whatnot. So definitely give them a shout or go to your local psychiatrist's office. If you need to text somebody, dial 741-741. They got people on standby there. Definitely check them out. And if you need to hear a human voice, you could dial 988. You know, definitely give them a shout. And if you're looking for somewhere to handle right now because of a real dire emergency, call 911 or go to your closest emergency room. So that's our shout outs of the week. So let's take a look at Inferno. Here he is in his ant mode, and his antennae are articulated, which is pretty cool. His mandible is articulated, which is pretty cool. And all of his legs are articulated. You know, and they're also articulated right here at the base of the knee and whatnot. So definitely do that. That is awesome. But let's go ahead and transform him into robot mode. I'm going to start by his feet right here. Lift them out like this to start it. And just unplug them from that little spot to where you can bend them down like this. And there you have his feet. Let me move some of these JoJo's out the way. Just to have a little more room. And then you are going to have to switch his waist around. Sorry, get his little thingy there done. And then you can take his arms, bring them out of the thingy here. And just straighten them out. And then you can bring this part of his body down to really create his thing. And then just open this cavity, the chest cavity, which is his ant head. Bring him out, and you bring his head out, and his mouth is articulated where you pose it, which is pretty cool. And then you got him in his robot mode. But before we really go into the articulation of the robot mode, let's take a look at his only accessory. See if I can get him where he's standing up perfectly. Before I do that, get his chest in where it's connected. There we go. Ugh. Let's take a look at his only accessory, which is this little cannon right here. 4-way cannon. It's pretty cool looking. Of course, you got the handle right there. So let's take a look at his articulation, starting with his noggin, his head. Like I said, you can get the way you can open his mouth and close it. His head can rotate the full 360. His arm, he has good fluctuation on his arms, where he can rotate, bend at the elbow. His hand can rotate. His legs, of course, kick out to the side, go forward, go backward. He can bend at the knee. His foot is articulated primarily due to transformation. So let's go ahead and take a look at this guy with his gun in his hand. Yay, gun time. Kids, guns are dangerous. There you go. And let's get it to where the camera can focus on him. Wish I could get him where he's not falling back all over the table. But here is Inferno in his robot mode. Get to where you get his noggin in view. Yay. But in my opinion, this is a good looking he's got a good looking robot and fire ant mode. I think he's really, really cool looking. One of my favorite kind of comic relief sidekicks, and well, he's not really a comic relief sidekick, but he does have this little thing that I did find humorous, where when Tarantula got to him and rescued the prototype form of Inferno. Sorry, dry throat. But Inferno was a maximal prototype, but the Predacons got to him, and there was a malfunction in when he landed, where he actually thinks he's a real ant, and Megatron is the queen, and the Predacons are the colony. But that's the little thing I kind of found funny. But it's technically like a mental health issue for Transformers, so to speak. But this was a good figure. This is a good figure. I would recommend getting him, and he's very good in your collection of Predacons, which you can actually have on the same shelf as your Decepticons. But it's your toy. Set him up wherever you want. But he's but you can keep him in his robot mode or his ant mode. Like I said, it's your toy. You do what you want. Display him however you wish. But it's a good figure to have. I would claim this as he's a top tier figure. Just because he's a fire ant. And I kind of like it. I'm glad I have him in my collection. And that's it for this week. And as always, until R1, see you in the next one. Peace.